Finding function inverses. So f to the negative 1 of x designates the inverse of the function f of x. The negative 1 is not an exponent, and it does not designate that we should take the reciprocal. F to the negative 1 of x is just a notation to designate the inverse of the function f of x. An inverse reverses or undoes the actions of a function. And we will look at finding inverses, first algebraically, and then later we'll look at finding them from tables and from graphs. So let's first look at finding inverses algebraically. So for example, f of x equals 5x minus 2. Our first step is to replace f of x with y. So I'll rewrite this as y equals 5x minus 2. Then we will swap x and y. So everywhere we see a y originally, we'll put an x. And everywhere we see an x originally, we'll put a y. We don't have any exponents in this example, but the exponents would stay physically where they were, switching variables. So I'll replace the y with x equals 5 times y minus 2. Now we will solve this equation for y. We'll get y by itself. So first I'll add 2 to both sides and I'll get x plus 2 equals 5y. Then I'll divide both sides by 5 and I'll get x plus 2 divided by 5 equals y. I can turn that around, so y equals x plus 2 all divided by 5. And then finally, step 4, we will replace y with f to the negative 1 of x. So I can rewrite this as f to the negative 1 of x equals x plus 2 all over 5. I could put this in slope-intercept form, but I don't need to do that here. We could also check this inverse intuitively. We can think about what an inverse is doing. So if we take our function f of x equals 5x minus 2, our input is x. And what we're doing first in the original function is multiplying by 5, and then we're subtracting 2. So if we reverse this, we'll take our input and we will add 2 and then divide by 5. So therefore, our inverse, f to the negative 1 of x, equals x plus 2 all over 5. Okay, so try this example. Find the inverse of f of x equals 3x minus 1 all over 4. Pause this while you algebraically find the inverse, and then start back up this video again to check to see if you are correct. Okay, so f of x equals 3x minus 1 all over 4. We will switch out f of x for y and write y equals 3x minus 1 all over 4. Now we will swap x and y. So x equals 3y minus 1 all over 4. And now we'll get y by itself. And I'll start by multiplying both sides of my equation by 4. And I get 4x equals 3y minus 1. I'll add 1 to both sides. So 4x plus 1 equals 3y. And then I'll divide both sides by 3. So y equals 4x plus 1 all over 3. And if we switch out the notation, we get f to the negative 1 of x equals 4x plus 1 all over 3. Remember, the 3 dots means therefore.